This encounter is now in session. What's going on, you savages and savettes? Thank you very much for coming through. I want to do a quick review. It's not going to be very in-depth. One of my neighbors got one of these, and he was having issues with it. It's brand new. It's pretty tight, and he just tried to get a few rounds through. He said it jammed up on him. So just going to take a look at it, oil it, and put a few rounds in it just to see if it functions. But this is a Diamondback Firearms DB9. It's not the most popular pistol. Diamondback has come a long way. I don't know if they're made in the same factory as Caltech or the same, but it is the same area. Cocoa, Florida. Shout out to Florida. Florida's like its own country in America. They get down different over there, boy. Iguanas in the yard, got pythons, listen, alligators, forget about it. Some bad broods too. But what you call it? Yeah, this is a fairly niche. This is a very niche pistol. It fits a small market. Me personally, I'm not a fan of mouse guns. I can see why people have them. It's a good thing to have for like off-duty police officers or just deep concealment. And yeah, everything on this gun is very tiny. Really short and small sights. I don't know if you can see that. Very short. Everything is very compact. This barrel is like, what, 1.5 inches or 2 inches? Kind of like a snub nose. But it is rated for plus P. That's pretty freaking cool. You don't get that option on everything. That's tiny. Yeah, plus P tiny. But yeah, this is a pretty decent firearm. I haven't shot one of these before. I haven't really handled one of these before. I think it's in the same class as like the Ruger LCP, Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, and is it the Smith & Wesson CSX or CXS or whatever it is. Those are all 380 and 9mm pistols. The Ruger LCP is like one of the originators of the mouse gun. Like, well, not originators, but the original really popular one. I think the Beretta Minx is one of the original super small ones, and the Browning, the FN Browning 25 ACP. But these are 9mm or 380. Which is going to be more effective than what a 25 is. I don't want to get shot with anything personally, but yeah, I think the smallest caliber that I would carry would be a 9. And I'm going to find out if this is going to be a good option. I don't think it's bad. I haven't heard anything horrible. But, I mean, the slide serrations look good. Doesn't take much effort at all to rack it. And let me see if it locks open. Like, I know the LCP doesn't lock open. Yeah, not bad. That's LCP1. LCP2, they have different mags. And the 2 mags work in the LCP1. But, yeah, not bad. I still have some factory grease, not just a little bit. I'm going to take a couple shots with her. But, yeah, he said he wanted to go take a couple shots. It didn't go bang. That's something you don't want. And the takedown seems pretty simple. It's got like a Glock-esque takedown lever or bar. We're gonna get a good purchase on it. Look at that. Simple. Can't beat that. This has a steel recoil spring, of course, but it has a steel guide rod. That's pretty cool. I think he paid like $3 and change for this, what he was talking about. He wants to use it as his little deep concealed carry joint. I mean, hey, not bad. Not bad. But, yeah, let's give it a little quick polish, pause, and let's load it up and take it to the range, see what we got. I hope everybody's doing good. I appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out with your boy. I know you guys got a million things that you could be doing. I'm happy you're here with us. I say us because it's the family. You know what I mean? The Close Encounter crib. Close Encounter fam. Everybody's here. It says it was new. This thing I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, that was just grease. These rails are small. Seem beefy enough. It's not traveling that far. You know, you lose a lot of advantages with these short, small guns, but you also gain the concealability. You lose a lot of velocity. You lose stability. I think Hickok 45, he's the best one to show that you can hit far with a short barrel. But if you're gonna hit, if you're in a situation and you're using this, you're likely up close. And if you're not, man, I hope you're really good. I don't see this thing hitting 200 yards. 50 yards would be hard enough, but you know, that's just because of the short barrel length. Look at that barrel. I mean, paper thin. Chamber. It's not polished, but I guess it'll get the job done. I mean, even if you buy a new firearm, a lot of them have factory grease on them, but I would always recommend just oil them up a little bit before you start carrying it and fire it. Oil it up, fire it, and see and test different types of ammo, guys. Not everything's as tough as like in some kind of an HK, Glock. Sometimes they're picky. They'll shoot almost anything though. Not everything's built the same. You got to find out what works for you. Because if you're in a firefight, you can't be like, oh, timeout. My gun's not working. That does not work. You do that, it'll be your timeout for real, for real. We don't want that. We want the fam to be A-okay. You know, we like the boar snake. I mean, this is pretty easy to clean. There's nothing going on. It's simple. Here we go. I was watching some UFC last night. Boy, Adesanya got spanked, boy. Sean Strickland came in with his just consistency. He ain't changed the style up. He just stayed on. He had like a semi-Muay Thai stance for the whole fight. The boy could not read him. He had bigger, better fights, longer careers. But Sean, he came in there and did his thing. Props to the champ. And the new. Uh-oh, making a mess over here. Today is not my day. Anyway, yeah, seems pretty simple. Let's check that reset. That ain't bad. This trigger is not bad at all. At least just dry firing it. So that was the break. Reset this thing. So here's your take up. That's your wall. Break. That's not bad for a mouse gun. Not gonna lie to you. Not bad at all. Let's see if I can load this guy. Move this out the way. Sounds like a little mouse in there. What kind of mouse sound like that, huh? Maybe a New York mouse. I don't even think they have mice in New York. They're all rats. Snitches and rats. There we go. It says 6. Let me not do a full mag. Yeah, I'm not going to do a full mag. It's tight. So we're going to break it in lightly. We're going to take it easy on it. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't think this is a bad choice. We'll take it out there, put a few shots through it, and we'll find out what we think. I like the grip texturing here. It's like a bar of soap here, but, you know, spending $200-something, $300, or even mid-300s, you're getting a firearm. And we'll see if it's worth its weight. A little pinky extension. Not bad. We'll see. Be back in a few, guys. Let's try the little guy. See what it's about. Slide it all the way. Alright. Let's see here. Wow, this thing hits. Not bad. Got 5 or 6 through it. The sight's actually pretty good. Nice. All right. We are back from the field with the little guy. Not bad. Got a little dirt on it. Did not perform too bad. As you can see, I mean, my sight picture, you may not be able to see that clearly, but it wasn't blurry. It was pretty clear. But with that short barrel and my lack of skill, yeah, it didn't pair too well. I think I hit like 2 times. I could see it hitting low and short to the left and then over to the right. But, I mean, close quarters, you're not trying to hit 50 yards, 20 yards, 15. You're hitting 3 to 7 or right on top of you. And it cycled. Everything went well. No complaints, especially for what they would call a budget pistol. I mean, it worked. It ran. What more can you ask for? So, if you're in the market, you want a little pocket one, this will do it. You know, it's 0 weight. You get some 124 grain, 115. Well, I'd keep it at 115 grain. Sometimes these really small micro or mouse guns, and you put in, if you put in like a heavy for a caliber bullet in there, cartridge, sometimes they may not cycle. Not saying that that's what's going to happen here, but I've had experience with that. I had a Hellcat that I fired. It locked open on me. I had a 147 grain, was it a Winchester hollow point? I guess the head facing wasn't good enough. It's a pretty tall bullet for what it is in a very short cycle and a very small firearm. So you want to try to get something, keep it at about 115, or you could tune your shit and learn where it works best, then run it. That's fine. But if the short ones, try to keep it at the minimum, or if you can find something a little lighter, so it could at least, you could at least get some decent velocity out of it, because you're not going to get much stability out of a 2-inch barrel. The rifling's not long enough. You're not going to stabilize that well. The better shot that you are, the more you could utilize it. But overall, we got a lot of regular people out there. I'm one of them. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can get better. And that's what I'm working on. It's okay with being a regular dude every now and then. And then we elevate. But yeah, I would give this, in its class, I would give this, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. Because in its class, there's not many options that you can mount a red dot. I'm sure you could find like a dovetail mount if that's what you're into. There's no rail. You could probably find something that'll hook for a flashlight or a laser if that's your thing, to hook to the trigger guard. But I give it a 9 out of 10 because it feels really good in the hand. Considering how small it is. I don't have giant hands. I don't have like a baseball mitt for hands. That's not me. But this will do it. This works. Very small, very lightweight, and it cycles reliably. I want to try to put some hollow points in. I forgot to run that through. And you got to always make sure you test whatever you have with your carry ammo if you're going to carry it, because you don't want it to choke up on you, and the next thing you know, you're like, hey, time out, my gun's not working. That doesn't work. You got to get right. So if you don't want to get to that point, use your brain, use your words, use your legs, walk away. Use your car, drive away. If you gotta fight it out, fight it out. If it comes to this, just know you've exhausted every possible avenue. But yeah, this little guy, it's good to go. I'd run it. I would run it. But anyway, keep Keeping it short, keeping it simple. You guys have a great evening. I appreciate you guys stopping by. If it's your first time, you know what to do. If you stayed this long, look out for your boy. If you're returning, welcome back, you savages. I appreciate you guys. This encounter is adjourned.